Hey guys, Dave here. Well, I love a Sunday roast, but the price of beef is just outrageous. So I came up with a solution. No roast, no problem, because today we're making up a gravy lover's beef and potato bake. You can make it up for 10 bucks and it tastes just like you have a roast. So let's get started. First off, we got the old ingredients, and I got some ground beef, some cheese, potatoes, garlic, onion, some mixed veggies, milk, corn, cream of mushroom soup, some gravy, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and I just about forgot over here some time. Alrighty then, the first thing we're going to do is get the pan heated up over medium-high heat and drop in a pound of medium ground beef. And we're just going to break this up a little bit. I still have to get me one of those breaker-upper thingy-madongers. And we're just going to fry this up until it's basically browned and cooked through. Now, the good thing about this dish, if you do happen to have some leftover beef, I mean, you know, if you did cook up a roast, you could use this for it too, but it works really well with ground beef. And ground beef is a lot cheaper. And I said, you can make this up for about 10 bucks. And the ground beef here cost me about $5. It's pretty good beef. Now we're basically fried up here. I'm just going to move everything to one side. I've got a bit of grease, but that's okay. That's extra flavor. So we are going to add in 3 cloves of garlic. And that's entirely up to you. I just like lots of garlic and a small chopped onion. And we just stir and saute this, as I always say, until that wonderful, wonderful aroma of onion and garlic fill the kitchen. Oh, we're smelling good now. All right, my friends, we is fairly aromatic here. So I'm going to mix everything together until that onion and garlic get mixed in with that beef. Hoo, this is smelling and already starting to look good. So we're going to season things up with a little bit of salt, which I've run out. Got the salt shaker filled back up again, so we'll continue on our merry way. About a teaspoon of salt, I guess. And some ground black pepper. I always go heavy on this if you watch any of my videos, so I don't know, teaspoon and a half, something like that. A couple of teaspoons of the old Worcestershire sauce, just for that depth of flavor. And you guessed it, another teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And the reason I like this so much, it's got everything in it. And about a sprig of thyme, fresh from the garden. And we'll just give everything a mix again. Oh my goodness, guys, this is smelling good. And you can add more thyme or whatever you like, but that's about good enough for me. Maybe I just might add, now that I'm talking about it, just a little bit more thyme, just for that extra little bit of thymy flavor. Okay, what we're going to do now is kill the heat. And we're just going to set this aside. Next up, we're going to grab some spuds and peel them up. And you can just use any regular old potato or your favorite potato. Then, because I want these fairly thin, I'm going to grab up my mandolin. And we're just going to slice these up. This does a really good job. You could also use a food processor to slice them by hand. But I really just like this. You have to be careful with it because you get down to the bottom, you're going to slice your hand. But you get slices, something like this, and I just really like that. That's about perfect for what we want. Next up, I'm going to take my cream of mushroom soup. You don't have to use cream of mushroom. You can use cream of celery, whatever you like, and add this to a bowl. I just happen to like cream of mushroom. I use it for a lot of stuff. Followed by a can of beef gravy. Now, you can use your own gravy, or, you can just use pouches or whatever you like, but I just like the can. It's so much easier. Then just a little splash of milk. Now we're going to mix everything together. I guess I could have used a bigger bowl, but that's okay. And of course, this is going to be our liquid. It is time now to grab up our casserole dish. I'm just using this round one, but you can use whatever you like. And we'll just give this a quick spray with some oil so we don't get any stickage. There's butter too. And we are going to build our casserole by taking some of those thinly sliced taters. And like I say, if you want to slice them a little thicker, that's absolutely fine. But once these bake up, they're going to be a little bit like mashed. They're going to be so soft, and in the bottom there, it's going to be great. And it's kind of sad because it's October. It's getting near close to Canadian Thanksgiving here, so the middle of October. And the summer's ending, so boating season is done over with pretty much. The boat's getting pulled out in a week or so. So kind of sad to see summer come to an end. I guess winter's coming at Christmas, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I don't know. I don't want summer to end. Then over the top we go with with half, I should say, of that beef mixture we made up. I think this is about half right about here. And if you wanted it really beefy, you could add like 2 pounds of beef instead of 1 pound. A few mixed veggies. This is about a cup and a half. And these are the frozen mixed veggies. And if you have fresh, by all means use those, but I didn't. And you know what? Seeing I'm a corn lover, I know there's corn in this, but I am going to add a bit more corn. And this is a sweet corn, so it makes it really, really nice. And then we're going over the top with half of that soup and gravy mixture that we have. And I think in my small brain that this is going to be really, really good. A complete meal all in one for about $10. And you probably guessed it, guys. We're going to repeat that same process to add another layer. So more potatoes. Can never have enough potatoes or taters, whatever you want to call them. Of course, the other half of the beef. Kind of spread this out a little bit. And some more veggies. Follow that up with the corn. A meal fit for a king, guys. Last but not least, the rest of that gravy. And if you want things a little bit more soupy, you could add it a little bit more milk. And actually, you don't have to use milk. You could use just a little more beef broth or even some water. I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. Make too much of a mess here. Now what we'll do is give this a cover over with some aluminum foil just to keep the moisture in there so those potatoes cook up. Now we are going into a 375-degree preheated oven for about 40 minutes just until those potatoes cook up. After about 40 minutes, let's take a little peek inside here and just see what's happening. Oh, oh, oh. Now, does that not look like a gravy lover's beef to me? Oh, beef and potato, this is going to be so good. But this is totally optional. What I'm going to do before we are done is take some grated cheese, and this is an old cheddar cheese, and simply put it over the top. Now, like I say, you don't have to do this, but I am just a cheese lover. Now, you could put this back in the oven, but I think that cheese is just going to melt down naturally. But it smells incredible, my friends. Wow. Yeah, cheese is melted down. What I did, I put the foil back over top for a few minutes just to let it melt down. Garnish this up with a bit of parsley, fresh from the garden. Just add that bit of greenage. And there she be, guys, our gravy lovers beef and potato bake. Simply delicious, but don't go away yet because we're going to scoop this up and we're going to give it a taste. Okay, my friends, let's dig in here and see what we got. Ooh, get some of those potatoes on there and that beef, veggies, and just look at this gravy down here. Wow, this looks absolutely incredible. Just a few tips and tricks here, guys. Like I say, you can vary the potatoes. They don't have to be as thin as mine. You can make them a little bit thicker if you don't want to use the mandolin or whatever you call it. Adjust the seasoning as always according to your taste. You could use more beef if you wanted to, maybe put instead of 1 pound, 2 pounds in. And I also think this is going to freeze up really nicely so you can put it in individual containers and put it in the fridge. So yeah, so just go ahead and alter it the way you want, but I think it's going to be good as is. Time for the old taste test. Let's give this a taste. Mm, this is so good, guys. Without the word of a lie, I mean, for a quick and easy Sunday meal for $10 or under, you can't beat it. I mean, the beef is good, those potatoes, and just that gravy for just a can of cream of mushroom soup and a can of gravy, it is incredible. You got to make this up. And if you do, leave us a comment. I love to read them. Most of all, like and subscribe helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. And of course, I am going to have more. Got to make this up. So good.